Candice, I, maybe you want to start with the roll call? That will buy some time.
Okay, got it.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Candice.
Candice. Okay, let me, I'll just go down the list of members. And then, please indicate if you're here. So, Christine, we're waiting for Christine. Mickey Hardesty?
I am here.
Mickey, thank you. Bill Kumagai?
Oh wait,
THG?
hold on, sorry,
Oh.
it's Candice again.
Yeah.
Each member has to indicate whether there is anyone with them in their private location, if they're not at the public location.
Thank you, Candice. I just totally forgot.
No, it's
Anyway, so
okay.
back to Mickey.
There
If
is-
you're,
There's no one with me in my
Thank
private
you.
location.
Thank you, Mickey. I've got Bill Kumagai, THG. Bill? Can't see him there. Vincent Chu, Finance Factors.
Yeah, present alone.
Thank you, Vincent. Joel Kumabe, Ohana Pacific.
Present alone?
Thank you, Joel. And Arnold is here and sitting next to me.
Here.
My from the judiciary. Amy Peckinpah, DOE.
Oh, wait, she is on. She is on. Sorry.
Amy?
Hold on a
Oh,
moment. We have
Here we go, letting Amy in.
we have to unmute her and, okay,
Okay, Amy.
you can unmute now.
Okay, I'm here. Hi, Amy Peckinpah here. Hello.
And alone. Thank you, Amy. Jean Chang. And Senator Moriwaki. I think we're also awaiting Senator's arrival. Greg Iligan, I think also no. Marcus Yano.
No.
Nope. And me, so and I'm here in person. Okay, so I think we are still short one, yeah. From a quorum, yeah.
To confirm, you're voting for Christine?
Oh.
Cannot.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're actually gonna short two people for
Okay.
quorum.
Okay, so, just FYI, folks, we are still short two for quorum. And again, Christine is delayed, hopefully will arrive soon. So we will proceed to the informational parts of the agenda. And let's pick up with agenda item number 4, the ETS CIO annual report. So now over to Todd.
Thank you.
Sorry, we have to at least address item number 3 if there's.
Public testimony?
Public testimony, yes.
All right, I'll get this right at some point. Sorry, folks. So item 3 on the agenda, public testimony. Are there any members of the public that wish to testify on any of the agenda items that have been posted today? Indicate by, there's nobody in the room, so indicate by raising your hand on the Zoom. We are seeing none. Okay, check off the item number 3. Okay, now, item 4.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry, folks. I'm gonna scroll down. Gonna skip these minutes. Want to scroll down to the actual CIO report.
Okay, so while he's
There's
scrolling
no-
down, I just want to make clear that Todd, you can present the report, but there's not going to be any discussion until if you have to have a discussion, you have to wait until you have a quorum.
Got it.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you much.
for clarification, Candice, so when you say discussion, like, we just present.
Yes, you're just presenting.
Okay. Oh, okay, that makes it easier. Oh, and I was just kidding, but hi, everybody. My name's Todd O'Mara. I'm the IT governance officer for ETS. Again, Christine CIO is not here presently, but he apologized, couldn't be here, but I'm here to present an overview of our ETS, our CIO annual report for 2025, which we submitted to the legislature. It's included in your packet. Like other departmental and agency reports, it's pretty dense. If you can see, it has sections in there about our mission and what we do, our goals and some of the major accomplishments this past year. I'm not going to go through line by line on all of these, but what I want to do is just get into some of the significant accomplishments that we made in the past year. So let me just scroll down to the section. I'd like to introduce to you UC Cipolla. He's our enterprise architect. And if you're following me with the actual report, you can go down to, we're going to start with section 3, I believe. Our goals and accomplishments. And I don't know if you can enable UC, if you're out there, UC.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah, thank you. So as you can see, the report is actually organized around these 7 IT strategies that come from the most recent upgrade to the state's IT strategic plan, which was published about a year ago. And the very first one is called Optimize Process Efficiency, and it has a few sub-items within that. But in line or aligning with that, having established the statewide IT strategic plan, then last year we went ahead and worked with all the departments in the executive branch to establish an individual IT strategic plan for each department. And in some cases, for the very large departments, we actually established some divisional reports as well. So there's 23 separate departmental or divisional IT strategic plans now. We're tracking all that in our portfolio management system, and that allows us to align things quite nicely with both the statewide IT strategic plan as well as the IT spend requests, or the kind of IT project candidates that we track in the portfolio system. So Todd, if you scroll down, so an example of this, and I think that this was also shown in an earlier ITSC meeting. Here's as an example, this is the Department of Corrections IT strategic plan expressed as a kind of a one-page plan. And we actually have multiple presentations that these are all automatically created from the portfolio system. So this data exists all of it exists as separate management priorities. These are all separate IT goals supporting those management priorities, and then the IT spend requests, which are essentially like project candidates or active projects that then are aligned with these IT goals and therefore support these specific management priorities as well. So we've organized this now for all departments and all IT spend requests. So we have this alignment from strategy to spending, to IT spending. And obviously we're tracking, cost in the system. We're not showing it in these public reports for various reasons. But rest assured that the cost is there. We also have a Word version of this, which much more comprehensive version for each department. Again, that can be kind of like regenerated automatically from the system at any time. So that is a pretty significant accomplishment for the state. It is actually in the statute to create these departmental IT strategic plans, and they really have not existed, as separate plans. Maybe really never as in a comprehensive fashion like now. I mean, there was that initial very big IT strategic plan around 2011, 2012. and that certainly had each department represented. So maybe like since that time, they did not get updated, but now they have been updated. So if so that's an example of that. And then if you scroll down a little bit more, Todd, so about the kind of little bit more about the IT portfolio management. So we've been using the Lean IX portfolio management tool for 6 years now, since 2000, actually, or 7 years, 2019 we acquired it, and we've been tracking the statewide IT's application portfolio as well as the project portfolio in it. And when I say project, this is again these IT spend requests 100,000 and over, and as they then kind of become vendor projects and get completed, we're tracking all that. So if you go all the way to the end of the report, and you're gonna have to come back here, but if you try to scroll down to the end of the report, we've been collecting metrics on this portfolio for actually the whole time. It's in the very end of the report, so you're probably going to have to come back to some of these sections. Yeah, so
Sorry,
just wanted to kind of, well, yeah, just wanted to point out the metrics here that we've been collecting. So a little bit further.
Yeah.
Here, so we have these snapshots of metrics and that we've been collecting actually the entire time. The oldest one that we have there is from 2020, and the most recent one was from December. So, I mean, there's interesting numbers. I mean, the applications that we've been tracking have grown from about 500 to actually about 900 now, and obviously there are lots of smaller systems that we're not necessarily tracking, maybe Excel spreadsheets that could be considered applications, but these are essentially all the major applications of the state that we're tracking with the departments. And so we're collecting these various statistics. One interesting number there is towards the bottom, there's the advanced cloud computing. So if you actually go down, so there's like a percentage of cloud applications from those with hosting data entered. So I mean, I'm sure this is true in most organizations, but in the last 6 or 7 years, we've gone from 22% to over 55, 50, about to 52. Actually, it's growing all the time now, so it's maybe closer to 55 now. Percent of the state's systems are actually hosted in various cloud hosting formats. Yeah. So yeah, that's all I actually wanted to explain from our side. Yeah,
I have a question. The projects that are 99,000 and below, how is that tracked? How are those projects tracked?
Well, they are tracked in our accounting system, of course. Now, our current accounting system is very, very old, as you may know. I mean, we're in the process of modernizing that, but that's a multi-year project. So we do sometimes actually take, it's not so easy to actually get like snapshots of the IT spending, which is the actuals. I mean, this is, of course, these numbers, I mean, everything we track in the spend request, these are not actual numbers, these are pre-procurement numbers, so it's approvals for spending. But the actual spending is tracked in the accounting system, and sometimes we do match the two, and surprisingly to an effect, it's pretty close, those numbers actually typically, if I look at a specific vendor, for example, but obviously, yeah, I mean, there can be some vendors with lots of smaller projects that then, do not get tracked on a kind of a portfolio management level, but they do get tracked in the accounting system.
Yeah, I think.
Sorry, Vincent. Hey, Candace, Garrett. I just wanted to clarify that questions from the field to the ETS folks are acceptable as opposed to conversations among the group.
All right. Yeah. So Todd, I think that's all I wanted to cover.
Appreciate it.
I have a question on the portfolio governance metrics. Is there a target metric in each of these areas that is what good would look like versus just the trend over the last several years?
Well, I guess 100% is a good goal for every one of them. But no, we have not in any formal fashion established goals as far as numbers.
Okay. All right, thank you. Thanks, UC. Appreciate
Sure.
it.
Yeah.
For the committee members, please bear with me. I'm gonna scroll back to the top. Wanted to get, ooh, there it was. Get to the section to introduce our next, was something that I feel we made a lot of progress on in the past year. And that is the Citizen Identity, the My Hawaii initiative. And to talk about that, we have Bryce Fuji, our technology support services branch chief online. Bryce, are you out there?
Yeah, thanks, Todd.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, I can speak a little about it. So in April of last year, ETS launched My Hawaii as the state's new citizen and digital identity platform. And the objective of My Hawaii is to provide citizens with a single account that they can use to sign in to government services across the state. And it replaces a former identity management platform that was sorely outdated. It lacked strong encryption, didn't have basic multi-factor authentication features. And we replaced it with a modern identity access management platform that is now managed directly by state staff. The goal of My Hawaii for the citizens is to streamline and make consistent their user experience for how citizens would access state government services across the board, and to also enhance the security of that platform to be able to better protect their data. My Hawaii is currently integrated with 96 applications, and we're continuously working with the departments to identify additional candidates for further integrations. Some of the stuff we're working on in the future entails working towards building enhanced fraud protection capabilities, where we can start leveraging risk-based MFA journeys, and also broadening our federated partners we use for login and for identity verification for those services that need the identity verification piece. Yeah, that's a quick summary of My Hawaii. That's all I had to share. Thanks.
Any questions? Anyone? Thank you. Okay, the next topic I'd like to talk about is really of what a lot of what we focused on improving this past year. And we talked about at previous meetings about the IVNV, independent verification validation process. I think as all of you know, we have a program in place based on certain criteria, risk factors that if the CIO identifies any these larger enterprise IT projects having a need for an IVNV, she can do so, and we're working with departments of getting these independent verification validation service providers in place, essentially to how we view it is really to ensure successful outcomes of the project. Okay, so to give you an idea of some of the projects, well, actually, this is the list last year. I think this changed a little bit going into this year, but these are the projects right now that fall under the program. And as you can see, all of them are fairly large in terms of volume. We had a couple of project status updates in the past meeting. We weren't able to secure one for this meeting, but I personally promised the committee that we will have a project team to come in for the next meeting and give you folks an update. So how the IVNV plays into the process is currently that when we took a look at, you know, the reports and how the process has been going this last few years. You know, one big thing for us was, it was working as a reporting mechanism, you know, in terms of, hey, what's going on? How are they doing? But we really felt we wanted to start shifting the focus, to the left, more forward, and have that team. I mean, these are valuable resources, right, for a project team. Have this group be part of the team, right? And so we're identified ways of, I guess, making it more contemporaneous, their input for the project team, and not just waiting, you know, 60, 90 days after, where they write something in a report and it gets posted. So one of the changes we're looking to make is to, we start with the requirement. So we're talking about, at that level of our guidance and policy, but also in the RFP templates and setting the expectations with departments and with service providers on, how we think this is going to improve the process. So that's one area. Another area is, I'll just call it standardization. And more so in terms of starting with like a reporting dashboard and, you know, use these online too. So you know, we met as a group and to identify certain metrics we thought, provided a lot of value, to the audience. And so we're looking at, creating standards around what each service provider, what each project needs to report on in terms of a dashboard. To that end, you know, we're also looking at the kinds of activities. So a type of framework or standardization on, items to cover, you know, in IT projects can run the gamut, right? From everything from, you know, looking at processes, looking at what best practices are, but also, you know, there's also that crossover with, quality assurance, right? How involved should they or can they get into, looking at what's being, provided in terms of the outcome. So, you know, those three areas we feel that, made a lot of progress, and we expect to, implement these things in the coming year, and through a combination of maybe it is looking at policy instruments, but things we can do internally are immediately available to us. And again, we, ETS, by our nature, our role with the executive branch, we can, you know, issue things like templates and, guidelines to the various departments. So, yeah, we're looking forward to that. We got some big projects on the horizon. This is public information. One big one is, EFS, and we are definitely looking at, implementing some of these things with that, very critical project, for the state. And any questions from the group on that?
I have a question.
Yes.
No, do we have quorum yet?
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm sorry. No questions. I think we're waiting for one. One more. Is that we're waiting for one more? Or two?
One more.
One more.
One more.
Okay. Sorry, Candice. No, we're still waiting for one more for quorum.
So to confirm, questions are not allowed either. Correct, Candice?
Sorry, did anybody hear me?
Yeah,
We heard no discussion, but we weren't sure if questions were allowed.
so we're still waiting for
Hello?
one more for quorum. Yeah.
Wonder if she's cutting out.
Thank you. I'm here.
Sorry, Candice, can you hear us?
Maybe she's having connection issues.
We should probably hold the questions, just in case.
Okay,
Yeah, just in case.
so until we
Okay.
have quorum, I guess we're gonna hold all questions on the agenda items.
Yeah.
Okay,
We can come back.
okay, so My apologies. We're gonna hold off on the questions for now until we get quorum. So sorry about that. Okay,
We're gonna move on to the next one,
yeah, moving on to the next agenda. item.
consolidation plan.
Yes. Hey, please bear with me. We're gonna move on to the next item. Eh, And it looks like a PowerPoint slide deck. It's immediately following the report in your packet. So I wanted to give the group just an overview of how, what's in store for IT consolidation. Many of you might have been or seen this already, or been part of the working group that where we presented our report to last year. But to repeat, this is in response to legislative, acts where the group is to put out recommendations on IT consolidation. And in particular, ETS has a pivotal role, right, with consolidation. So that report went out in, I believe it was December, right? And I wanted to take you to I think it was a good summary slide of how it was organized. And we have, these four across these various groups of how we looked at our various shared services of what we were going to either embark on, new, or there's some of the things that ETS was already doing, we were going to extend. And we came out with implementation plans, and some of them had attached to our resources and funding in our report to the legislature. And so you can see, I think the next slide, okay. The next slide shows this overview of the services that we're talking about. And my apologies, I have to kind of get across all the way so you can kind of see the status of how we view these services or candidates for shared services. Many of which you're familiar with what ETS is already doing. And then you can see we have the status of extend there. Some are new, which we feel, makes sense for us to embark on. And we also had a category of, hey, it's already there. We just need to refine it as we're putting these services in place to provide for the departments. All the way down to even service desk on-site support. This is a culmination of working with the various departments. And in this case, the past year was on the business, with the business leads. So we're really able to align, what our plan was with departments on the business side, what they were looking to ETS for support. So we are on our way with this plan. What's happening now is, and you can see this one provides a good graphic of how we view it. The CIO is communicating with, socializing the plan with legislators, communicating what we're trying to do, what we're looking for. Could be in some cases, if we think we could use a little help in terms of funding, resources, manpower. The hope is that we can push forward as fast as we can in the coming year. Even if it's with what we have. This will just give you an overview what happened this past year. Yeah, you can see on the very left, the working group approved the actual plan and report. So that kind of takes us up to where we're at today. I know, okay, I know that we're holding off on any questions, but, okay,
Can we move to the legislative?
we can, so now, we'll go to the next agenda item. Wanted to talk about, a list of some of the, not all of them, but here are the major ones, the list of bills that, CIO is tracking. And to share that with the group. And let me see if I can do this with here. The first one is HB 2597, and that requires the CDO to make enhancements to the state open data portal website. Okay. So
If it doesn't open, if you scroll down, I think I included all the things.
In the packet.
Yeah.
It's in
okay,
the packet.
sorry. It's already in the packet, okay. Okay. Oh.
For awareness, Christine is alive.
Hi,
Just joined us.
sorry I'm late, just coming from a hearing. Thank you.
And we do have quorum now, so discussion can be had.
Awesome, thank you very much. We're, so why don't we run, you wanna run the legislative one or you wanna go back? So we actually didn't start yet.
Yeah, but either way, however you guys want to do it.
Okay, so we've done mostly the information items. We have not done the legislative update.
Okay,
And since we have quorum, you wanna,
vote on
Go ahead.
vote on the
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
Yeah. Am I taking over now?
yes.
Okay,
Before voting, can all the members, turn on their cameras?
Unfortunately, it's not working on my Teams. I can leave and come back in, but my camera turning on is not happening.
If she doesn't have camera, I'm not sure if that'll
Okay.
count. Yeah, for quorum then.
is there
Okay,
ED on?
I'll leave it. I'll leave and come
Candace,
back
can
in.
the quorum count since she's having technical difficulties?
Well, Candace was having
Yeah, Candace.
difficulties as well.
Okay, Candace, can you hear me? She's muted, so can she can unmute herself, yeah, okay. Well, how about this? Why don't we, yes? Okay. Since, is that I'm sorry, Miki, is that Miki that turned her camera on?
Yes.
Okay, so we're
Yeah.
gonna. Yes, thank you. So because Miki has, she's here and has technical difficulties, we're gonna go with, we can vote. And if we have to redo the vote again in the next meeting, we'll do it. If the AG says it's okay, subsequent to this meeting, then we'll proceed. Okay? And aloha, everyone. I just want to introduce myself again. Thank you, Vice Chair Yoshimi and Todd Omura for standing in. And they're probably relieved. But my apologies since I came from a hearing and we can kind of get to that when we get to the legislative updates. And so with that, I would like us to move back to, and please correct me if I'm wrong, to our Vice Chair and Mr. Omura. Now we're gonna head back to agenda item number 2, yes, to review and approve the previous meeting minutes for November 20th, 2025 and December 11th, 2025. Is there anyone from the public wishing to testify on this motion, on this agenda item? Okay, with that, may I have a motion to approve both of these meeting minutes?
So moved.
So moved by Vice Chair, second. Second by Arnold.
Second.
All in favor, please raise your digital hands.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Unanimous.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Mahalo for that. So we're gonna move back to where we had left off, to the legislative updates. Agenda item number 6. Is there anyone from the public that would wish to testify on the legislative updates? Okay. You? Okay. I'm gonna scroll down to the legislative updates. So you have within the packet, everybody has links to the bills that we're tracking. And thank you to our team for putting this together. So we're tracking bills. This list of bills are bills that really mention the Office of Enterprise Technology Services. So there's a broader set of bills that we're actually monitoring, and we're not going over that set today. If you'd like to know that, then you can kind of contact us after the meeting. But these are the ones that are we've provided kind of active testimony on. And so can briefly give an update on them. So the first one is HB 2597, which requires the Chief Data Officer to enhance the state's open data portal website. Well, we haven't provided testimony on this, but we are expecting, we're in a time in the ledge session that a lot of hearings might be coming out. And so we're just preparing for this. And the second one is SB 2693, requiring a state permitting data standard developed collaboratively by the Office of Planning and Sustainability Development and the Chief Data Officer. And so we provided testimony on this one. And as you'll find common themes as I go through the different bills that we're tracking, in some of the cases, we really stress the value of partnership that ETS has as the enterprise IT office with the departments and with the subject matter experts. And so we have provided testimony on this bill. We generally support the bill, but we wanted to make sure that it's the Office of Planning.
Todd
For
O'Mara.
me? Yes. Hi, Candice.
Yeah, Candace.
We can hear you. It doesn't seem she can hear us.
Okay. Can she type something in the
Joanna,
chat?
can you hear me?
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
we can hear you now.
I can't hear us.
Yeah, I don't think she can hear us.
Okay.
Whichever.
Okay. Candice, if you can hear us, this is Christine Sakuda. Joanna is typing something in the chat for you just to make sure we can support you getting your voice in video or your voice on actually. Can you hear us? Okay, so we're gonna keep on going. But if you have a question, Candice, if you could either chat it in or we'll raise your hand, we'll try and make sure that you get access. And we can hear you, but we're gonna continue to proceed. So let's see, where was I? I was on SB 2673, the second one. And so we have testified that we really support Office of Planning and Sustainability Development. That the bill really needs a subject matter chair, but but we're, I mean, a subject matter expert to kind of lead the discussions, but we are there through our chief data officer to act as, you know, an advisor, you know, to helping to create the standards with the subject matter expert. So I'm gonna move on to the next one. HB 1676, and then after I go through them, I'd like to open it up to the members to ask any questions. So I'm gonna go through them, you know, quickly. HB 1676 establishes an artificial intelligence educational task force to develop guidelines and recommendations for the use of AI in state public education. And I think we support being on the task force. We would be doing this, you know, supporting initiatives coming out of the University of Hawaii. Vice Chair, do you have anything to add to that?
No,
bill in particular?
so I think most supported the, at least the intent.
Mhm.
The bill is, the task force is probably a pretty heavy lift from the size of the task force as well as the subject matter.
Mhm.
The DOE folks, have talked about work already in progress.
Mhm.
And then the HD1, tasks the P20 organization to take the lead. So that was the main difference between the base bill and HD1.
Okay,
I think it's still moving. Again, the intent is fairly strong, and it's really about protections for education with some focus on K-12, because the rules are different, right, for K-12.
Mhm.
Anyway, continues to be, so the one concern is it continues to be a fairly heavy lift because of the size and the subject matter. And then hopefully there will be appropriations associated with it to be able to provide the necessary both logistic and technical support going through.
Mhm. Okay, great, thank you. We have last year we had the data governance and sharing working group. And there were quite a few stakeholders on that, so make sure we coordinate our efforts.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, thank you, Vice Chair. Okay, moving on to the next one, which is D. HB 2114 HD1 establishes the Hawaii Benefits Hub within the Office of Enterprise Technology Services. So this is the bill I just came from. And it's a great compliment for ETS to be identified as, you know, as a resource in trying to help the state solve the challenge of citizens and the public getting access to different eligibility benefit applications. And so there are multiple eligibility benefit applications across the state. DHS, Department of Human Resources, the Department of Human Services, DHS, has several of them. Medicaid, SNAP and TANF. And so what we said in our bill was that something as complicated and big as this requires a significant amount of planning. And not only does it require planning, it requires the subject matter leaders, meaning the eligibility benefit providers, to really be leading the effort. And ETS is really there as a resource to support data integration, data management, enterprise data management across the different benefit services. And so that's what we shared in our testimony. The bill itself got broad support, and I think there's general support as reflected in the number of people that endorsed it, to have a one source for the public to go into to, you know, help them manage their different benefits, eligibility benefits. And with the federal rules that came down that actually require more active admission qualifications to the benefits, the rules are becoming more onerous and more complex, which actually speaks to the complexity of the effort. So I'm not sure what's happening because I rushed to get here as far as the decision making. It may continue to go through, I'm not sure. But you know, we want to be an active partner with the department sort of leading the benefit services moving forward. So that's HB 2114 HD1. The last one is SB 2662 SD1, which requires each purchasing agency to provide justification for hiring external consultants. This is an administrative bill, so we're processing that. I don't know if anyone has have anything to add on that, Todd?
Well, other than like many departments, agencies, we do have our vendor consulting partners out there that provide some, at times, pretty heavy lifts. We're just, yeah, we want to make sure that whatever these if new requirements, that they want to make sure that we can still operate in a way that we need to help us provide the services, continue providing services to the users. So our guess is we're not the only ones in this
Right.
in this situation. I think there's testimony from other departments kind of echoing what we're seeing. So
Yep, thank you for that.
Sorry, and a brief pause real quick. We got word from Candace that unless all members have their camera on, it will not count as quorum. So no discussion and no voting
okay.
yet.
Okay. Okay, yeah, thank you for to our deputy AG for that advice. So we're gonna hold off on voting again formally. Okay, thank you, Mickey, if you can. Sorry you're having challenges. Let us know. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a pause and see if members of the committee have any kind of questions or comments related to the bills, the legislative session. If so, please, raise your digital hand, so we can kind of make sure that we unmute you if we need to. Any questions or comments? Okay. Yeah, thank you. We continue to work very closely with the legislature, on our initiatives. And so, okay. Okay, so it is, hi, Mickey, can you hear us?
I can. Yes, thank you.
Okay, great. Let's see if we,
And we can see you.
oh, wow, there you are. Hello.
Quorum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quorum.
And you have a question by the representative.
Question by the representative. So we're, Mickey, we're on, going over the legislative updates, and then we're gonna head back to the voting item, agenda item number 2 in just a minute. So thank you. I'm glad to see you. Okay, Chair Iligan, do you have any questions or comments? And thank you for joining us today.
Okay, great. I think I can hear now. Can someone say something?
Wow.
We can hear
Yeah,
you,
can we
Candace.
hear us?
Okay, I can hear you. Okay, yay. Thank you,
Yay.
sorry.
Hey, technology, how fabulous is that?
All at once.
Okay, Chair Iligan, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Chair. I wanted to ask, is this a short list of your bills of priorities, or is this everything that you have?
This is the short list. So this is the list that we're actively watching. We do have a longer list of bills of interest that we're tracking. These are the ones that we are testifying on for sure, have testified on. Hopefully we didn't miss any. So are there any in particular that you wanted to flag or share with us?
Are you familiar with HB 1949? This is the dashboard for the green fees.
I am not that intimate with it, but I'm familiar with the green fees and their discussions about the dashboard. We can take a look at it though. Yeah,
I wanted to flag that because
okay,
I think your expertise with ETS should be advising them as they move forward with this dashboard.
okay.
That's why I'm flagging it for you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. We'll definitely take a look into that and see if we can provide meaningful comment on that. Appreciate
I got-
that, Chair.
I just got one more question.
Okay,
Since you have a long list, what's the standard for it to go from long to short?
good question. I mean, all of the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, the top four all have ETS in it. And I feel like every year that goes by, I become more of an expert, and I'm only in my second year. So we really track those because we want to kind of honor the intent of the bills and whoever introduced them to make sure that we provide comment and we're bringing our best self forward in the expertise that we have. And so, I don't know if they're gonna get shorter in terms of us monitoring them, but yeah, I mean, I think that's my comment. I mean, yeah. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Chair, should we circle back to put the vote in there?
Yes, okay, so we're gonna put the vote on. So thank you very much. I don't see any questions. We can come back to this agenda item, but Chair would like to go to the second agenda item, which is review and approve of the meeting minutes. So I'm going to go with the motion from Vice Chair and a second from Arnold Kishi, Mr. Arnold Kishi, our member. So all in favor, please raise your hand. Any discussion? Not doing it in the right order, but. Okay, motion passed. Thank you very much. Appreciate all of your patience with us. Okay, now we're gonna head to the good of the order. And so this is getting to the end of our agenda item. Any announcements for the good of the order? Thank you. And we have our next meeting scheduled for May 28th. So thank you very much, everyone, for participating. And I'm sorry I missed the updates. That the team works very hard, the ETS team in partnership with the departments for the CIO annual report, the IT consolidation plan that we're actively integrating into the ETS strategy moving forward. So.
Chair, I will say they did an awesome job in your absence.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure they did a fabulous job. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, team. Yes, the team does work very hard. Okay, do I need a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Yeah.
Okay, may I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So, second.
Okay, we have the people in the room, that are real time motioning and seconding by the Vice Chair and Mr. Kishi. Any questions or comments related to the motion? And with that, all in favor, please raise your hand. Counting up here, thank you. Okay. Meeting adjourned. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Appreciate everyone's participation.